Everybody got problems, yeah, about the money and the power. I just wanna see my people in power. Tell me how slave by day religion can emancipate the fundamental principles. What I see through optics transform the wisdom. Watch me use my prophets, get me can't help it. I never felt selfish before. I've been living so reckless, I know. Tell me, Lord, can you help me? I said, Lord, can you help me?
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Every wide receiver in the NFL wants to be a top.
Larry, we are at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, as you get a look at Sports Authority Field at Mile High. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with the Pittsburgh Steelers. On to get us started now, the kicker, Chris Boswell. And off we go from Sports Authority Field. Cody Latimer now on the return. And a big hit there as he runs into a brick wall. For 24 and a first.
So much of this game is still mental, still psychological. Yeah, we just saw a big-time run right there, but you have to believe he was dreaming about this last night in his hotel room before this one, thinking, hey, first time I touch it, let's go for some big yardage and set a tone. That's exactly what he got done.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They run it again with Anderson. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split snap. Here's Lynch. Screen play, Anderson. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Lynch looking to throw on second. Eluding the pressure right. And his throw here's incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. And that takes us from second to third down.
I know we're doing this game live, but let's step into the film room for just a second, because when they review this play, oh, the negatives are going to be incredible on this one. Rolling out to his right. Yeah, he's right-handed, so that's a natural spot for him. But he throws back across his body back into traffic.
Big no-no.
Oh, that's a monster no-no. The only good thing that happened, it fell incomplete. Very fortunate.
Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And he slides to avoid the hit. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
First down. Here's the run with Anderson. And he's brought down. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Again, Anderson. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon.
Now let's go.
They go play action here on first down. Rolling to his left. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Now they'll look to throw it with Lynch. Being chased out under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's third and goal.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go.
They go play action with Lynch. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Bud Dupree in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. Now Brandon McManus for the Bronco field goal. This will be a 34-yard attempt. And this has no chance. It's no good, well wide to the left, and this will remain a scoreless game. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little, and when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
Bell takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They'll go again with Bell, and he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
So when you call a corner blitz, what a lot of teams call a cap blitz, you're expected to come after the quarterback, but in this case, he ran into the ball carrier. Really nice technique, because what you do is you come deep as the deepest offensive player, so he can't get outside of you.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. He completes it to Bryant. A big play on 3rd.
Knock a defense off balance. That'll drive the team towards a victory.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Now Bell. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Two minutes remain in a scoreless first half. Back to Denver right after this. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
And before this 4th and 3 play, we're going to get whistles and a timeout as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. And we were scoreless up until this point in the second quarter. Now we finally have a little action.
Let's see where this action takes us. First quarter, no points at all. Now we've got our first score of the game. Well, does that signal that we're going to get more as we go along? Or will it revert back to what we saw in the beginning of the game?
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Now Anderson running right. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. Again on first down, Anderson trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Here we go now. Over. No. Check. Patriot.
On second down, Anderson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
Now it's Lynch. Wide open receiver complete. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Now a play fake here on first down. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Brandon, this is why
line here. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. The second half starts with a carry by Bell. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Here's Roethlisberger. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A Steeler first down, Roethlisberger to Bryant.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Now, that incompletion there gives us a chance to inform the Madden community that we are taking a little bit of a break for the holidays. A brief hiatus, and the next live content update, next commentary update will be coming January 10th.
Well, that just means if we're coming back for January 10th, we're talking playoffs.
We will be talking playoffs. And the Broncos get there and take him down.
Partner, I know the ball security's preached like crazy, but every now and then you got to know when to get rid of the football and save a little bit of yardage if you're a quarterback.
Because now if you're the offensive coordinator, what does it do if it was third? And he fires one that's intercepted. Brendan Langley picks it, and the return stops at the 39-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Buying time to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
They run the counter now. It's Anderson. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. A fake to Anderson, now it's Lynch. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Lynch. Stephon Tuitt in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Offense staying on the field, so Lynch and his guys will go for it. They'll try and throw for it with Lynch. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They're excited about where they are in this game.
They'll try and get the running game going with Bell. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. Got a man, it's Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Roethlisberger hooking up with Brown to get the Steelers a first. Now a first down carry by Bell. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
It's funny, partner. Le'Veon Bell, when he came out of Michigan State, when I go back and look at my analysis of him and what my grades were for him, thought he was a big-time player, great potential, but I didn't know we were going to get this player. I was used to a big, solid, thick running back, but now I got a full package, a guy who can do everything, as we just saw there, including breaking tackles.
But at the time, 2nd-round pick in 2013, some people probably wishing they'd taken him in the 1st.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
Welcome back now to Denver. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Now Roethlisberger to throw. This will be caught by Brown. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
The Steelers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Roethlisberger with a give to Bell. And after the broken tackle, couldn't get free for much space, taken down right at the 10. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they always post it in there. Welcome to Denver. Altitude 5,280 feet. The air is rare.
That's complete right around the 8. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal. Time is starting to run out, really becoming a factor. We'll see if the defense can get the stop they need to get the ball back to the offense. Now Roethlisberger going to hand to Bell. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Oh, Brandon, I'm going to tell you, this is football time to me. They're inside the 10-yard line. That's like drawing the line in the sand. Who's going to make the stand here? Defensive guys, they know if he gets in the end zone, this ball game is over. And the guys with the football right now, they're thinking, let's just pound it in there.
Got to hold them to 3 to keep this a one-score game. They'll try again with Bell. And he will be stopped here for no gain, and then it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Now Roethlisberger. The quick slant caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Vance McDonald from 4 yards out. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. Boswell on now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's going to get taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
Anytime you field a kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
And not great starting field position here for the offense. Here's Lynch. And that is incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Lynch to throw. Throwing right side, that's complete. Demaryius Thomas. A good pick up there of 20 yards. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move.
He's come a long way since his time at Georgia Tech. What did he run at Tech? He ran hitches and go routes, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, but he ran them really well. He averaged well over 20 yards a catch while he was there. And he still creates downfield in the NFL. That big body and that willingness to go catch the football. He's pretty impressive.
And his friends call him Bebe, the nickname his uncle gave him back in the day. Now it's Lynch. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. Thomas the intended target, and it's 3rd down. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
And it's caught over the middle by the tight end, Green. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
Green, Leopard!
The catch is made. Benny Fowler. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Benny Fowler, 53 yards. And the Broncos draw a bit closer. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Oh, Roethlisberger going to throw. James has got it. Complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Big Ben has the knowledge, certainly the weapons to pull this off. We know he's done it many times in the past.
And that transmits itself to the rest of the offensive unit, because these guys know that with Big Ben leading them, they've got a lot of confidence they can get it done.
Here's Roethlisberger. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Fourth down now defensively. Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, over-excited, and blow it.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. Here's Jordan Berry now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Berry on to punt as he gets this one away. Now on the return. Oh, no, the ball is loose.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
They'll look to throw. Screen play, Anderson. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as he'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. He's back to throw. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up third down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Back to throw. This is Booker on the dump off. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy's still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
And did he have enough? He did. He kept it online and managed to tuck it into the bottom right corner. And that will knot us up at 10. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. And the Steelers set to take the field. They're set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. First throw in overtime now for Roethlisberger. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Fresh set of downs here. The give is to Bell. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And despite the good footwork, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
2nd down to the offense in search of 6 yards. Here's Roethlisberger. It's caught by Bryant, and he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Where they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on first down. That is caught at the 7. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Shift together here from the D-line. They'll go back to the ground with Bell. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys, poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. Now, this will be the 9th play on this drive. Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. Remember, quarterback's got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
On 3rd and goal, Roethlisberger. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see, and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Day.